What is going on, everyone? I am DeoGenZ, and we are here today to play PokePark 2, Wonders Beyond. In the last episode, we were roaming the warehouse, talking about Wii U and a possible Pokemon battle simulation game that uses 3D characters in a more of a Smash sense to just purely battle one another in an awesome tournament-like style game. But in this episode, we are focused on the Scientorium. We are closing in on the ending of this game quite quickly, so keep your eyes peeled, because now we've got to find Clink Clang and Clink Clang. And we've already found one of them. Clink Clang! You want me to go underground Scientorium to rescue friend? Oh, sniff. I can't resist stories like that. I only assume he's glitched. That's why his caps was broken and randomly popping up at those times. That's what a Clink Clang sounds like, people. I know. No, I don't. I haven't even seen the anime with Clink Clang. I haven't seen the 5th gen anime at all, so I don't know what the Pokemon say their names to be. Alright, we still got 2 more of those gear guys to find, so let's look on the ground here, see if we can see any. Maybe there's one disguised as a train wheel. Huh. Nope. Not over here. It's like we're playing hide and seek with these guys, but thankfully there's no time limit. However, if we don't find them and we just indefinitely leave them to wherever they're chilling out, we'll never get to the Scientorium. They're the thing that operates the elevator. No! Damn it all. Snivy! Snivy's really not good for going on narrow passageways like these balance boards. These balance beams. Not Wii balance boards, but yeah, balance beams. Just because it's so very awkward with the directional pad. Oh my goodness. I couldn't believe I survived that. But yeah, she turns way too quickly. Wait. Why, Snivy, do you taunt me with your falling when we were just about to go look for Cling and Clang? Do you not want to save PokePark? Do you want us all to be swallowed into a dark vortex of unending cake? Well, alright, that sounds kind of awesome, but it's not good cake! It's diabetes cake! And it's not just diabetes cake. It is demented diabetes cake. Because it will capture your mind and soul and never let you leave. It's cake at demise. And that's why you keep eating until you explode. Explode. Yeah, I'm looking for him. You don't even give me any hint? Jeez, thanks. You're really on my case. You really want to help me with this investigation, huh? DeoGenZ. Maybe that's how his name's said. DeoGenZ. Probably, because it's DeoGenZ. DeoGenZ. And yes, I enjoy when you people post in the comments of how the actual pronunciations go. Never feel like you're offending me for telling me what they are, because I tell you multiple times in many of my Let's Plays, I simply don't watch the anime anymore, so I do not know how they're pronounced. That was the only place where I could get true verification from the Pokemon Company themselves by having, you know, the human characters and the Pokemons themselves. The Pokemons. Having the Pokemons say their cry and actually say what their name is really the biggest help. Clink. Go to Fusion. To gear gain. What? Only one smart? Okay. Weird ticking Pokemon. Alright, we just need Cling. Where is he? What is he clinging to? I really would like him to be nearby. But I have a bad feeling we forgot him out here. If I was a Kling, where would I clang? Let's look. Alright, let's find the Kling. Or is it Clink? It's probably Clink, not Kling. All you are yelling at in the comments. It's one thing to mispronounce the Pokemon, DeoGenZ, but to call them by the wrong name. That's another... Oh, wow. You're right there. How did we pass you before? I swear we went through those, or past those crates many times. Oh, it's Clang we needed, not Clink. See, I'm not even paying attention to their names just because these are another one. These sets of gears here, to me, seem very little like a Pokemon. Much like that Garbodor there. And it's just like a lazy attempt at... Oh, what is in my environment? A gear. Alright, we're gonna make a gear Pokemon. It doesn't even... I don't know. I thought they could have done a little bit more design. It seemed very lazy in that circumstance. As was the Vanillish and Vanillux and Vanillite evolution chain, but everybody likes ice cream, so it's an awesome Pokemon. Duosion now, that's a real true awesome Pokemon. That is a Pokemon worthy of being called a Pokemon. And maybe even a Lilo and Stitch character. That's what it kind of reminds me of. But more so, the final evolution, Reuniclus, reminds me of a Lilo and Stitch character. Alright, cling clang, cling clang. Do your work. Run the elevator! Ooh, don't blow out. Oh! What did I just tell you? I have no elbow grease. Or... grease. I left my muck and grimers at home. I have nothing to lube up your gears if you need it. Thank goodness you got the elevator running. Is this thing safe to go down? I mean, what was that explosion? You guys are fine. You're obviously cool with whatever went on in there, because that's why you're jumping around and throwing pieces of yourself. You know, what happens if you rip off one of those gears? What happens? You know, it's another one of those questions like Garbodor, the fake Pokemon. Again, with this fake Pokemon. What happens if you rip it apart? Well, I guess you could even ask that question of the original 151, Magneton. What happens if you take their Magnemites apart? Do they just go into Magnemites? I guess, but there's no Clang or Clink. That's just one gear. It's two gears all the time. I don't know. Might throw off the polarity of PokePark. Could be dangerous to do, so I guess we'll stay away from that for now. Thanks for earlier. Thanks to you, we can go into the Scientorium and do research. I am not taking a photo of a sleeping Muna. I remember specifically what Muna wanted, and that happened to be, in order for her to sleep, and that was 30-something candles. I don't like quizzes either. I wish he would have just battled or chased us. But I am not collecting anything to make that Muna go to sleep. That mission would put me to sleep. Oh, yeah, okay, go to the next candle. Alright. And just maybe take a picture of myself in hopes that that would be sufficient enough for DeoGenZ's recommendations, or stipulations. Not recommendations, stipulations of what he wanted to see sleeping. Not that I'm really a Muna. Quite far from it. Okay, berries. Yeah, it's just a test in paying attention. One more question. Is this going to be a paradox? You never told us! Again, another paying attention question. Okay, wonderful. Ta-da! We're his friend. At least he knows that's exactly why we were talking to him. The door is shut tight. Don't know how we'll get to there, but alright. Whoa, floating books. Lots of lab equipment. Monitors and tubes everywhere. It's Ryu Nicholas! One of my favorite characters of the 5th gen. Greetings! It's so rare that we get guests down here. I'm Ryu Nicholas! My hobby is weird and wonderful! Could the one who made the poster portal be you? Why, of course! The poster portal is one of my marvelous inventions. Do you know what Darkrai, Gothtelli, and the others are doing? Wait a split second, Darkrai? I haven't seen him in a considerable time. How is he doing? Indeed, is he well? It sure looks like Gothtelli has taken a shine to Wishpark. This isn't the time for chit-chat. PokePark's Pokemon are being taken to Wishpark, and the Dark Vortex has appeared. Pay attention. It's a big problem. The Dark Vortex? What do you mean? Give me the details. Have you noticed the big black swirl in the sky? Oh, wow, I was reading that as Ryu Nicholas. Sorry, guys. What are you saying? I almost missed it. I simply cannot miss a chance to study something too interesting. Interesting, he says. Dark Vortex. Darkness absorbs everything, even light. Wait, could it be? Now tell me, are the wish bells ringing with regularity? The wish bells? Cofagrigus and the others kept them from ringing, but why do you ask? Wait, what? You have identified the culprit of the matter. The wish bells regulate time. If time stops, the warp in space grows, raising gravity to new levels. It just is common sense. Common sense? Common sense? Oh, Darkrai, what are you thinking? We need to get to Wishpark so we can stop Darkrai. Right you are. Just use the portal behind me. It's the prototype portal to Wishpark. I'll fix it, but could you go to the lab and bring me the Cytron Collider? What's a Cytron Collider? Why, thank you for asking. It will take me some time to explain. Understand, the vortex is likely to be swallowing us up. No explanation needed, after all. Such a pity. To reach the lab exit door, bear directly to the left from here. Well, that's the overly exuberant Ryu Nicholas and his mad experimentation with Darkrai and Wishpark. I believe he had the best of intentions, but he's a little too consumed with science to realize what is going on with his environment. Really, Ryu Nicholas, when's the last time you got outside the lab and breathed some fresh air with your fellow Pokepals? Do you even have any Pokemon friends? Or is it just Darkrai and Gothtelli, some emo Pokemon that never go outside? Because how do you not recognize a gigantic dark vortex swallowing up the sky? Just asking, just curious, and how that somehow passed you by. And you're telling me to get a Cytron Collider and some shit like that. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You don't even know what's going on outside your window. You're worse than the weather people. That's what always cracks me up. I, often, or not often, but back in the day, I just used to have as a job, it was an unpaid job. It was a job for the family business of sorts, but I worked on the farm, a horse farm. So every day it was pretty vital for us to know what the weather was going to be like, because we had to know, are the horses going out, are the horses going to stay in, are they going to be able to come in at night, what's going on with today's weather, and when do we have to shovel the shit out of their stalls, essentially, is the question. And then the next question is, well, how long can those stalls stay pristine? It's really a kind of wacky mentality. It's like, quick, clean all the poop up, and then wait and hope that it doesn't rain so they can stay out as long as possible and keep those clean stalls continuously cleaner. Because you know what, guys? It is no fun time to clean up after a horse. But that is beside the point. What I was trying to say is that weather people, we would always check the weather. We'd always go on to weather.com or watch the Weather Channel. Back then we had TV. and it really, more times than not, was completely dead off inaccurate. And normally all we had to do to gauge whether rain or a serious storm was coming was go outside in our barn, and it was weird. I don't know what it was, because even if there was no wind, the windows in that barn would rattle. It's like the air pressure was shifting, but only the old rickety windows that were loosely in place and kind of sagged and sloped at the bottom. Only that kind of old combination in that farm was able to tell us truly when there was a storm on the horizon. Those windows would start to rattle, and as we were doing the stalls, we'd be like, "Oh, it's gonna be a big one, big storm today. Listen to those windows rattle." And that was more accurate than the weather people and all their high-tech fancy equipment. So it was often a joke to us to say that, you know, the weather people, they may have all the equipment, but they don't have any windows in their building. It's just one gigantic box, a gigantic box full of little boxes in the form of cubicles with many high pieces of technology and software that only give you a gambler's chance at predicting what the weather does. So if you really want to know what it's doing, if you really want to know what's going on in your world, just go outside. That's, you know, one of my main messages in life to people is just go outside. You know, it might save your life. You could see immediately there's a dark vortex and do something about it. You could go to your pals and say, "Let's go, everyone. We need friendship power to stop the dark vortex from happening." And if you didn't go outside, you wouldn't be able to do that. So remember, grab your Wii remotes, go outside, and let's friendship super power blast. It was super effective. Aw, yeah. Cytron Collider is activating. It's time to go to Wish Park, guys, and stop Darkrei's dark, devious deeds in the next episode.